Hey everyone, welcome back to Exploring Stoicism. Have you ever thought about how to not just get someone to think about you, but actually have them crave your attention? Imagine them sitting there, unable to concentrate on anything else, with every thought leading back to you. Every little reminder of you deepens their desire for your presence as they count the minutes until your next call. Each moment without you fills them with a mix of anticipation and longing. What if I told you this isn't just a daydream, it's something you can achieve? Yes, my Stoic friends, today we're going to dive deep into a powerful strategy centered on mastering the art of strategic withdrawal, stepping back just enough for others to realize exactly what they're missing when you're not there. And yes, this is about Stoicism, a philosophy so powerful that it can make your absence more meaningful than your presence. This isn't about playing games. It's about helping others appreciate your intrinsic worth and letting that understanding grow in your absence. Imagine them thinking about you constantly, not just missing you, but being drawn to the undeniable value you bring into their life. Stick with me, and we'll uncover Stoic secrets for becoming that unforgettable presence that lingers in their minds long after you've stepped away. As Seneca wisely said, to make them miss you, you must give them the gift of your absence. Let that sink in for a moment. What does it mean to truly give someone the gift of your absence? Picture this. Stepping back just enough for them to truly feel your absence and sense the void where you used to be. In that space, in that silence, your value grows. They begin to realize how much your presence shaped their thoughts, their days, even their emotions. Suddenly, you're on their mind more than ever, and they long for the energy that only you can provide. Before we dive in, I've got a challenge for you to set the tone. If you're ready to step into your power and let your silence speak louder than words, drop a comment below with the phrase, "Calm is my superpower." This isn't just a statement, it's a declaration of your strength, your resolve, and your commitment to becoming unforgettable. You're not just stepping back. You're stepping up in a way that makes them feel your absence like never before. Let's see who's ready to embrace this shift and make their presence undeniable even when they're not around. Now, let's consider something interesting. Have you ever wondered why some people can't stop thinking about someone even when that person isn't around? What keeps them resurfacing in your mind, replaying conversations and moments? It's not luck. It's a cultivated set of skills and principles that make them unforgettable. And here's the good news. You can learn to harness these same skills to make someone think about you constantly. The mind is a powerful tool. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The mind focuses on what's significant, what stands out, and what's unresolved. When someone leaves a deep, meaningful, and slightly mysterious impression, the brain keeps returning to it, trying to understand it. This is why strategic withdrawal, knowing when to step back and create space, is so effective. It's like planting a seed in their mind that grows in your absence, turning into a constant presence in their thoughts. But it's not just about stepping back and waiting. It's about how you occupy their thoughts, even when you're not there. It's about leaving behind subtle reminders, memorable moments, and emotional imprints that linger long after you've left. Imagine creating interactions so impactful, so meaningful, that they echo in someone's mind long after you're gone. That's the power of mastering these skills rooted in Stoic philosophy, human psychology, and understanding how relationships work. As we dive deeper into these 10 skills today, ask yourself, what are you doing to make yourself unforgettable? Because it's not just about being present in their life. It's about being present in their thoughts in a way that feels natural and irresistible. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to ensure that when you're not around, they're thinking about you more than ever, wondering what you're up to, what you're thinking, and when they'll see you next. Let's get started on this journey of making yourself unforgettable, not just in the moment, but in their minds long after you've stepped away. Let's dive in. Number 1. Self-control, the power of calm. All right, folks, let's dive into our first skill that'll keep people thinking about you constantly: self-control. Now, you might be thinking, self-control? That sounds a bit boring. But stick with me, because mastering self-control is like becoming a Jedi in the game of life. When you possess self-control, you're not just reacting to the world, you're shaping it. And trust me, nothing makes people think about you more than being the one person who stays calm, composed, and in control, no matter what's happening around you. As Seneca wisely said, "You have power over your anger. If you choose to control it, it will serve you." This Stoic wisdom embodies self-control. Picture yourself in a heated argument, emotions running high, and the other person expects you to lose your cool. Instead, you take a deep breath, stay calm, and respond with poise. That moment is pure gold. It's unexpected and powerful. You've shown them that you're not just another person caught in the storm. You're the eye of the storm, calm and unshaken. Let's face it, people are naturally drawn to those who keep their cool. Think about it. When was the last time you were impressed by someone losing their temper or spiraling out of control? Probably never. But the person who remains calm, unaffected by external chaos, is memorable. That's the person who makes you think, wow, how do they do that? And that's precisely what we want, to be so memorable in our calmness that people can't stop thinking about us. Imagine you're at a work meeting and things are getting tense. Deadlines are looming and everyone is on edge. But there you are, calm and collected, offering solutions without letting the stress get to you. Your colleagues notice and start wondering how you manage to stay composed. Suddenly, you're not just another face in the crowd. You're the person they turn to for advice, or when facing their own challenges. That's the power of self-control. It makes you memorable, influential, and ensures people think about you long after the moment has passed. Now, let's add a bit of humor, because life's too short to be serious all the time. Ever tried staying calm when your favorite sports team is losing? That's a true test of self-control. But seriously, whether it's handling work stress, managing conflicts, or even staying patient in traffic, your ability to maintain self-control sets you apart. It's like having a superpower that others don't, and that makes you unforgettable. He who is not a slave to his emotions is the master of his life. This quote rings true because mastering your emotions means mastering your interactions. And when you master your interactions, you leave a lasting impression on those around you. People will think about you because they admire your strength, calmness, and ability to stay grounded no matter what. So here's a little challenge. Next time you find yourself in a situation that tests your self-control, take a deep breath, stay calm, and observe how others react. I guarantee you'll notice them thinking about you differently, in a way that's respectful, admiring, and yes, a little awed. Remember, self-control isn't about suppressing your emotions. It's about channeling them in a way that empowers you. By mastering this skill, you're not just becoming someone people think about. You're becoming someone they remember, respect, and who leaves a lasting impact. So go out there and let your calm, controlled self be the reason they think about you non-stop. And hey, if you're ready to start mastering self-control and make an unforgettable impression, drop a comment below with the words, "Calm is my superpower." Let's see who's ready to harness the power of calmness and take that first step toward becoming truly unforgettable. Number 2, rational decision-making, the key to being unforgettable. All right, folks, let's move on to our second skill that will keep people thinking about you non-stop: rational decision-making. Now, this might sound like we're delving into the realm of robots and spreadsheets, but bear with me. Rational decision-making isn't just about cold logic. It's about making thoughtful, impactful choices that others can't help but notice and admire. It's the kind of skill that makes people view you as a steady rock amidst life's stormy seas, reliable, consistent, and someone they'll keep thinking about long after the conversation ends. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This quote perfectly captures the essence of rational decision-making. When you think clearly, you decide clearly, and those decisions have a ripple effect on those around you. Picture this. You're in a situation where everyone is rushing to make a decision, whether it's a major work project, a family emergency, or even choosing a place to eat. When everyone is hangry, hungry plus angry, most people might rush, act impulsively, or follow the crowd. But not you. You take a moment to consider the options, weigh the pros and cons, and think about the long-term impact. Your decision isn't just a random guess. It's a calculated move that shows you're considering not just the present, but the future as well. When people see you making smart, thoughtful decisions, they take notice. They start to see you as someone they can rely on, someone whose judgment they trust. And trust me, that's the kind of impression that sticks. They'll find themselves thinking, "I wonder what they would do in this situation." And just like that, you're on their mind. Let's add a bit of fun to this. Imagine you're out with friends trying to decide where to eat. Everyone's throwing out ideas, but no one can agree. You step in with a suggestion that considers everyone's preferences, and voila, decision made. Everyone's happy. Suddenly, you're not just another friend in the group. You're the one who made the night enjoyable. It may sound simple, but it's the small, rational decisions that create a big impact. And here's the thing. Rational decision-making isn't only about the big, important moments. It's also about the little choices that accumulate over time. How you spend your time, manage your finances, or approach relationships. Being someone who consistently makes well-thought-out decisions is rare and valuable. It's what makes people return to you for advice, guidance, and simply to be around you because you offer that calm, clear-headed vibe that's hard to come by. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. This wisdom reminds us that it's not enough to talk about making good decisions. It's about living them. When you make rational decisions, you're not only benefiting yourself, but also setting an example for others. You become someone they admire, someone they think about when faced with tough choices. Your ability to stay rational under pressure makes you memorable. You're the calm in the chaos, the logic in the madness. So here's a challenge for you. Next time you face a decision, big or small, take a moment to think it through. Consider the impact on both yourself and those around you. Observe how people react when you choose wisely, and notice how it changes their perception of you. You'll see that they think about you more, not just for your decisions, but for the clarity and confidence you bring into their lives. And hey, if you're ready to start mastering rational decision-making and make an unforgettable impression, drop a comment below with the words, "I choose wisely." Let's see who's ready to take control of their choices and become the person everyone turns to for clear, rational thinking. Number 3. Resilience in adversity, the strength that leaves a lasting impression. All right, folks, let's dive into our third skill that will make them think about you non-stop. Resilience in adversity. Resilience might sound like one of those buzzwords you hear often, but what does it really mean? More importantly, how can it make you unforgettable? Buckle up, because we're about to explore how bouncing back from life's challenges with grace and strength can make you the person they can't stop thinking about. As Seneca wisely said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." This Stoic wisdom captures the essence of resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, and how you handle the downs reveals a lot about who you are. Picture this. You're facing a tough situation. Maybe you've just lost a job, gone through a breakup, or hit a major setback in a personal project. Most people would get stuck, letting the weight of the situation drag them down. But not you. You take a deep breath, pick yourself up, and start moving forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. That's resilience. It's not about avoiding hardships. It's about how you rise after being knocked down. Here's the kicker. When people see you bounce back from adversity, they remember it. They can't help but think, how do they do it? Your strength becomes a point of admiration, something they reflect on long after the moment has passed. Let's add a touch of humor. Have you ever seen one of those inflatable punching bags that bounce right back up no matter how hard you hit them? That's resilience in a nutshell. Life might knock you down, but you just keep popping back up. Eventually, people start to wonder what you're made of. Spoiler alert, it's grit, determination, and a bit of that Stoic wisdom we cherish. As Marcus Aurelius put it, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This quote reminds us that obstacles aren't just roadblocks, they're opportunities for growth. When you face adversity head-on, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're turning challenges into stepping stones. And trust me, folks, that kind of attitude is magnetic. It draws people in, makes them think about you during their own struggles, and they find themselves wondering, what would they do in this situation? Imagine this. You're in the midst of a challenging project at work. Everything that could go wrong does. Your team is frustrated, the deadline is looming, and the stress is palpable. But instead of crumbling under the pressure, you approach the situation with calm resilience. You take the lead, find solutions, and keep morale high. When the dust settles, it's your resilience that stands out. Your colleagues remember how you handled the adversity, and that memory lingers, making them think of you not just as a co-worker, but as a leader, someone who can be relied on when things get tough. Resilience isn't just about surviving hard times. It's about showing others that adversity doesn't define you. It refines you. It's about becoming stronger, wiser, and more determined with each challenge you face. This, my friends, is what makes you truly unforgettable. People don't just remember those who succeed. They remember those who succeed despite the odds. So here's a challenge for you. Next time life throws a curveball your way, embrace it. Show resilience, not just for yourself, but for those around you. Let them see that no matter how tough the situation, you're tougher. Notice how they start thinking about you, not just as someone who's been through hard times, but as someone who thrives in them. And hey, if you're ready to start mastering resilience in adversity and make an unforgettable impression, drop a comment below with the words, "I rise stronger." Let's see who's ready to turn life's challenges into their greatest strengths and become the person everyone thinks about when they need a little inspiration. Number 4. Mindful presence, the power of being fully there. All right, folks, let's explore our 4th skill that will make them think about you non-stop: mindful presence. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in distractions. But here's the deal: when you're truly present with someone, it's like giving them a gift more valuable than gold. Mindful presence isn't just about being physically there. It's about being mentally and emotionally engaged. And trust me, that's something people don't easily forget. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." This quote reminds us to cherish each moment. Imagine you're having a conversation, and instead of half listening while checking your phone, you're fully engaged. You're not just hearing their words, you're truly understanding them. You're making eye contact, nodding and responding thoughtfully. This kind of presence is rare and makes people feel truly seen and valued. Let's add a touch of humor. Remember the last time you were talking to someone who clearly wasn't paying attention? It probably felt like you were talking to a wall. But when someone gives you their full attention, it feels amazing, right? That's the feeling you want to leave with others. When you're fully present, you make a lasting impact because they'll remember how you made them feel. And that's powerful. As one of my friends put it, the ability to be in the present moment is a major component of mental wellness. By being mindfully present, you're not only enhancing your own well-being, but also creating deeper connections with others. They'll think about you long after the interaction because you made them feel important, understood, and appreciated. So here's a little challenge. Next time you're with someone, put away the distractions and give them your full attention. Notice how it changes the dynamic and how they respond. If you're ready to master mindful presence and make an unforgettable impression, drop a comment below with the words, "I'm fully here." Let's see who's ready to be that rare, fully present person in a world full of distractions. Number 5. Emotional regulation, the secret to staying on their mind. All right, folks, let's dive into the 5th skill that will keep them thinking about you non-stop: emotional regulation. Now, don't let the term intimidate you. It's not about suppressing your feelings like a shaken soda can. Emotional regulation is about managing your emotions in a way that enhances your interactions and leaves a positive, lasting impression on others. Think of it like being the thermostat in a room, keeping things just right, regardless of the chaos around you. As the saying goes, he who controls his emotions controls his life. This hits the nail on the head because, let's face it, we've all been in situations where emotions run high, and it's easy to let them take over. Imagine you're in a heated discussion. Instead of letting frustration or anger drive your response, you take a deep breath, stay calm, and respond thoughtfully. Suddenly, you're not just part of the conversation, you're guiding it with poise. People will remember how you handled yourself, and that impression will stick long after the conversation ends. Emotional regulation doesn't mean becoming robotic. It means you're in control of how you express yourself, whether it's staying composed during a stressful meeting or keeping a positive attitude when things go awry. How you manage your emotions shapes how others perceive you. Being someone who remains cool under pressure is a rare and valued trait that people remember. So here's a little challenge. Next time you feel your emotions rising, try to regulate them. Take a moment to breathe, then respond. Observe how others react and how it shifts their perception of you. If you're ready to master emotional regulation and leave a lasting impression, drop a comment below with the words, "Calm is my choice." Let's see who's ready to harness the power of their emotions and make themselves truly unforgettable. Number 6. Virtuous living, the foundation of being unforgettable. All right, folks, let's talk about the 6th skill that will keep them thinking about you non-stop. Virtuous living. Now, I know virtue might sound like something from an old philosophy class, but hang with me. Virtuous living isn't just about being a goody two-shoes. It's about living according to your highest values, making you someone others respect, admire, and yes, can't stop thinking about. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." This quote sums it up perfectly. Virtuous living isn't about just talking the talk, it's about walking the walk. Imagine you're faced with a choice where cutting corners could get you ahead. Most people might take the easy route, but not you. You stick to your principles, even when it's tough. And guess what? People notice. They might not say it out loud, but they're thinking, "Wow, that takes guts." That's the kind of impression that lingers long after the moment has passed. Living with integrity and honor, especially when no one's watching, creates a ripple effect. It's like planting seeds of trust, respect, and admiration in the minds of those around you. And those seeds grow, turning into thoughts that pop up whenever your name is mentioned. They'll say, "That person does what's right, no matter what." And that's the kind of reputation that makes you unforgettable. So here's a little challenge. Next time you face a choice between what's easy and what's right, choose virtue. Notice how it feels to live in alignment with your values and observe how others react. You'll find that virtuous living doesn't just make you feel good, it makes you someone they can't stop thinking about. If you're ready to embrace virtuous living and make a lasting impression, drop a comment below with the words, "I choose virtue." Let's see who's ready to live with integrity and become truly unforgettable. Number 7. Acceptance of what is, embracing reality with grace. All right, folks, let's explore our 7th skill that will keep them thinking about you non-stop, acceptance of what is. Now you might be wondering, acceptance? Does that mean just sitting back and letting life unfold without any effort? Not at all. Acceptance, in the Stoic sense, means recognizing reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. It's about embracing the present moment, regardless of its challenges, and finding peace within it. There's nothing more memorable than someone who faces life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The obstacle is the way." This quote perfectly illustrates that sometimes the challenges we face are actually the path forward. Picture this. You're in a situation where things aren't going as planned. Maybe a work project hits a snag, or a relationship isn't turning out as you hoped. While most people might panic or resist the situation, you calmly assess the reality, accept what can't be changed, and focus on what you can control. This composure is magnetic. People notice your ability to stay calm and focused, and they can't help but admire how you manage to keep such a steady head. Here's a bit of humor to lighten things up. Ever tried to control the weather? Yeah, me neither. It's one of those things we just have to accept. The same goes for many aspects of life. By accepting what is, rather than resisting it, you free up your energy to focus on what truly matters: your response, your actions, and your peace of mind. As Friedrich Nietzsche wisely put it, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." When you accept what is, you become stronger, more resilient, and more admirable. People will remember you as someone who doesn't waste energy resisting reality, but instead focuses on making the best of every situation. Here's a challenge for you. Next time life throws a curveball, take a deep breath, accept it for what it is, and focus on what you can do next. Observe how others respond to your calm acceptance and watch as they begin to think about how you handle life with such grace. If you're ready to embrace this powerful skill, drop a comment below with the words, "I accept what is." Let's see who's ready to face reality head-on and make an unforgettable impact through the power of acceptance. Number 8. Purposeful action. Make every move count. All right, folks, let's dive into our 8th skill that will keep them thinking about you non-stop. Purposeful action. You might be wondering what this means exactly. Simply put, it's about making every move count. Instead of drifting through life and reacting to whatever comes your way, you're taking intentional, deliberate actions that align with your goals and values. And let me tell you, when people see that you live with purpose, it sticks with them. They notice how every decision you make seems to have meaning, and they can't help but think about you. Imagine this. You're working on a project, and instead of just doing the minimum required, you approach every task with intention. You know why you're doing what you're doing, and you're clear on the outcome you want. Your colleagues see that you're not just going through the motions, you're moving with purpose. That kind of energy is magnetic. They start to think, wow, they really know what they're doing. Suddenly, you're the one they turn to for advice or inspiration. Epictetus wisely said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This Stoic wisdom reminds us that purposeful action isn't about being busy. It's about being intentional. When you align your actions with your goals, you become a force to be reckoned with. Someone who doesn't just float through life, but carves out a path that others can't help but notice. So here's the deal. When you live with purpose, you're not just doing things, you're making an impact. And that impact is what leaves a lasting impression on others, keeping you on their minds long after the interaction is over. Ready to start making your actions count? Drop a comment below with the words, "I move with purpose." Let's see who's ready to take control of their life and make every move memorable. Number 9. Gratitude for the present, the secret to being unforgettable. All right, folks, let's discuss the 9th skill that will keep them thinking about you. Non-stop. Gratitude for the present. You might be wondering, gratitude? Really? How could that make me unforgettable? But here's the deal. Gratitude is like a superpower in disguise. It's the simple act of appreciating the here and now, and when you master it, you radiate a positivity that's truly magnetic. Picture this. You're having a conversation, and instead of focusing on what's going wrong or stressing about the future, you highlight the good things happening right now. You express genuine gratitude for the moment, the chance to connect, and the simple joys of life. Suddenly, you're not just another person. They see you as a breath of fresh air, someone who brings light into their day. They start thinking about you more because you make them feel good, appreciated, and valued. As the saying goes, gratitude turns what we have into enough. This quote serves as a reminder that when you're grateful for the present, you're not just content, you're powerful. You show others that happiness isn't something to chase. It's something you create right here, right now. And that's something people remember. They might find themselves thinking, "I wish I could be as content and happy as they are." And just like that, you're living rent-free in their minds. Here's a light-hearted thought. Ever notice how much happier dogs seem compared to humans? They're not worrying about tomorrow, they're just thrilled to be here right now with you. Be the human version of that dog. When you show gratitude for the present, you live in the moment, and that's contagious. Here's a little challenge for you. Next time you're with someone, take a moment to express gratitude. It doesn't have to be grand. Something as simple as saying, "I'm really glad we're spending time together," can make a big difference. Observe how that small act of gratitude shifts the energy and leaves a lasting impression. Ready to start practicing gratitude and make yourself unforgettable? Drop a comment below with the words, "Grateful for now." Let's see who's ready to appreciate the present and become the person everyone loves to think about. Number 10. Emotional intelligence, the secret sauce to being unforgettable. All right, folks, let's dive into our 10th and final skill, emotional intelligence. This could be the secret ingredient to making someone think about you non-stop. Why? Because emotional intelligence is about understanding not just your own emotions, but those of others as well. It's like having a superpower that lets you navigate the complex world of feelings with grace and insight, leaving a lasting impact on everyone you interact with. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus. This Stoic wisdom captures the essence perfectly. Imagine this: you're in a heated conversation with a friend or partner. Emotions are running high, and things could easily get out of hand. But instead of reacting impulsively, you take a moment to grasp their perspective. You listen, empathize, and respond thoughtfully. What happens next? Instead of escalating the situation, you create a deeper connection. They'll remember how you made them feel heard and understood long after the conversation ends. Emotional intelligence isn't just about managing your own feelings. It's about tuning into the emotions of others and using that understanding to forge stronger, more meaningful relationships. It's the kind of skill that makes people think, "Wow, they really get me." That thought lingers, whether at work, in friendships, or in romantic relationships. Emotional intelligence sets you apart as someone who's not just intelligent, but profoundly empathetic. Here's a challenge for you. Next time you're in a conversation, focus on truly listening and understanding the other person's emotions. Notice how this shifts the dynamic and how much more connected you feel. And hey, if you're ready to master emotional intelligence and make an unforgettable impression, drop a comment below with the words, "I feel you." Let's see who's ready to harness this powerful skill and become someone who's truly unforgettable. So there you have it, 10 powerful Stoic skills that will make them think about you non-stop. These aren't just skills, they're tools to help you become unforgettable, leaving a lasting impression on everyone you meet. Now, here's what I want you to do. Pick one of these skills and start applying it today. Whether it's mastering self-control, making rational decisions, or deepening your emotional intelligence, choose one and make it your focus. And when you do, come back and share your experience in the comments. Let's build a community where we learn from each other and grow together. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll join a community dedicated to mastering Stoic principles and becoming the best versions of ourselves. And remember, if there's one thing to take away from this video, let it be this: you have the power to shape how others think about you. Make sure it's unforgettable. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay strong, stay wise, and keep shining with that unique Stoic grace.